All right, we're back.
Yes.
And today we're going to do some desserts. So this first one we're going to do, we'll do another one for another video, but this one is one that's weird. It's a weird recipe I saw.
Yeah.
And I was like, that can't work.
It's like that depression cake deal.
Yeah, it's another one like that where you're like,
it's like this is
right.
weird science, you know?
Right. This is not how you make anything I've ever seen.
Yeah, makes no sense.
So we're going to do it, and we'll show you what it looks like, and we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, all right.
Let's get this going. They're just a skillet brownie. It's like a real fudgy skillet brownie.
What's the goofy name of this thing?
I'm not using that name.
You're not using that name?
I'm not using that name.
Okay.
It's a weird name.
Okay.
So we better stay away from that.
I'll avoid it.
Yep, we don't want to do that. So what more? It's just going to cause us trouble. It's going to cause us trouble.
Yeah? So it's not space cake, right?
This is one you might try and make when you're on, or you might create this recipe when you're on space cakes.
So you could take...
Because these would be like space brownies.
Ooh.
Dangerous, though. Dangerous.
Man, I should have went to the...
Stopped in Amsterdam on the way in this morning.
Yeah, well, what's the place where you get...
dispensary.
Dispensary, yeah. There you go.
Yeah. My sciatica's kicking up.
You know, it's supposedly pretty easy to get those.
Supposedly. But
you know what I should do is... I should go ahead and get my... prescription, is it? Or what is it?
Yeah, it's
prescription. And then I could go there and get some of their oil. They make butter and stuff.
Oh, God.
And then I could sneak it over here and not tell you that I've done it.
And then we sit around
Talk about an outtake video.
Yeah.
Woo!
Eating our brownies all day long.
Oh, can you imagine?
No, we're bad enough.
Oh.
It'd be like, this video of them making whipped cream just took 4 hours.
But it was funny.
Yeah. At least they thought it was funny.
Yep. These guys are morons.
So this thing takes a stick and a half of butter.
But it's a brownie, right?
It's a brownie.
Yeah.
And
a stick and a half?
A stick and a half.
And it's getting cooked in the skillet?
Yep, it's getting cooked in the skillet.
That's a lot of butter.
Yes, it is. Try on medium. And it's...
How about start?
Medium, hit start. Yeah, that butter.
Everybody keeps asking about these. We need to make these. We really do.
I know.
I had 4 people check with me last night.
Going, what the heck?
Yeah, what is that thing that you're cooking on?
I'm always curious about it.
Well, you know who's asking me a lot is folks that have glass top.
Oh.
Because you know how...
You can't use glass, you can't use metal.
Supposedly you can. If you set it down too hard, you could crack it.
You can crack it, yes. And this, if you crack it's plastic. You throw it away and it sucks.
So, yeah, and it's been... I won't say all of them, but a lot of people, a whole lot of people have asked me to have glass top stoves.
It works really well.
Yeah.
And they should hire us. They should have us doing infomercials.
Oh, they should. Yeah.
Can you imagine us 30 minutes talking, cooking stuff?
Oh.
It's really great.
Oh. Spilling out and catching fire.
Yeah. Like burn up to a crisp.
We give it a pretty good workout, though.
We do. I mean, if you look at this thing, we're cooking on it. We started out, we used to cook on the stove all the time because I like cooking on gas, but it's easier for you guys to see what we're doing if we do it over here.
You said the old lard cam over there, the big mountain of lard.
Right.
Yeah.
So it works, but this is just so much easier. It really is.
I have gotten at least, probably in the last 2 days, I'd say in the last 2 days, at least 100 people had said that they never had a cast iron skillet and now they have one.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, that's cool.
Isn't that pretty amazing? They're asking, well, can I cook in anything? I said, well, we strongly prefer just the way that cast iron cooks, the evenness and the heat that it holds. I said, I can't predict what it's going to do in your copper. I can't. I'm not sure.
Right. We don't know. That's not what we cook in.
Yeah. So if you want to do what we're doing, the best way is having a little cast iron. So now the information people are supposed to move behind us and have our new senior skillet.
Cast iron.
Yeah.
And
the guy doing the backflips and
we buy any car.
Yeah.
Those guys.
We can buy any car. Yeah. Brownies. So we're just waiting for this butter to melt.
Yeah. It just shouldn't take a minute.
You know, families are like brownies.
They are?
Yeah, in a lot of ways. And you thought of that?
No.
Yeah, they're like brownies. Yeah. They're mostly sweet with a few nuts. That's funny.
Oh, that's what I forgot. I forgot the nuts.
Hey, see? I'm
glad you thought of that. I got to try and figure out where they put the nuts.
Mostly sweet with a few nuts. You can use that one at Thanksgiving.
Yeah, that's actually good.
Yeah.
I like that.
And if this isn't out before Thanksgiving, then you can use it at Christmas. Or whenever you'd like. We're heating up good.
Is it melted yet? I might have to.
Heating up good.
I'm gonna have to look for my nuts here in a minute.
Yeah, you went nuts.
I hate when that happens. Somebody done took my nuts.
Yeah.
Oh, there they are. I found them.
I hate when that happens.
Found my nuts again. Here in my pocket.
Yeah, I forgot.
Forgot I kept them in my pocket.
I plumb forgot.
So, okay, that's good. So we got that going. So now we're going to go to the next step, and we're going to add.
So you want this just bubbling a little bit when you put the stuff in?
Yep.
Okay.
We don't want to get too hot because we still got to screw with the eggs here.
Oh.
We're going to go.
Should I back it off a little bit then?
Yeah, we're fine.
How much?
That's a half. That's one.
1 cup.
That's 1.5.
1.5. You're still going?
2 cups,
2
of,
cups
sugar.
of sugar?
Yep.
Wow.
That's crazy, huh?
Yeah, that's a lot of sugar.
Yeah, it gets even weirder. Let me double check. I gotta look at this one every time because I'm like, is that right?
Yeah, I know you tried this and it's pretty crazy, but
Right, and unfortunately I made it in too small a skillet the last time I did it, so it didn't come out quite right. So I'm hoping this time it does come out correct.
how much cocoa are we going to drop here?
3/4 of a cup of cocoa.
That's a 3/4 cup?
That's a half,
Okay. And the other one's a quarter?
and that's a quarter.
All right.
There's our cocoa.
All right.
We gotta get this stuff all blended in here nicely. Try and get this all mixed together and melted up. Ordinarily, I'm trying to do as much as possible in the one skillet to minimize the dishes.
Yeah.
I can't do it completely because these eggs I can't throw them into a hot skillet.
Yeah, they would, what's that called?
They'd curdle and basically start to cook.
Yeah.
So it would break.
You need me to be doing something here?
If you want to, you can take the 4 eggs and take those, crack them into that bowl, and then whisk them up
Well, I
so
need
they're
that little
beaten.
hammer
What hammer?
that Selena brought me last time.
Oh,
Break those crab legs. How am I going to break these things?
I don't know.
Now you got that "we buy any cars" in my head.
I know that thing. They comes on all the time and it sticks in my head for hours.
Oh my gosh.
It's awful. Yeah, this is the weirdest recipe.
Yeah, when we were talking about it, I was like, you got to be kidding. I'm not sure about this. Oops. Somebody's not real good at cracking eggs. One of us.
Must be me. Because you're doing them.
Yeah. I saw somebody eating one that had a chicken inside of it.
Oh,
It was some kind of challenge.
no thanks.
You wanted these, like, you didn't want them separated or anything, right?
No, just beat them together.
Okay, let me
Take
get the
this out
goop
here.
off my hands.
So we're going to take this temperature down here a little
You know
bit.
how I got that faucet on my sink in the kitchen that it's motion detects?
Oh, yeah.
I just realized there's a spot on top that you can put your hand on top of the part that curves,
It doesn't work?
and it stays on until you wave your hand over that again.
Oh, so it's like an on-off spot.
Yeah.
That's clever.
Yeah, because I only used it when I wanted to like rinse my hands off, like getting just like now. I would have just moved my
Running
hand
underneath, yeah. All right, so we're going to let this, turn this off.
Is all these eggshells in here all right?
Oh, yeah. It just makes it crunchy.
There's no eggshells.
It's not?
None.
I like the crunchy part.
All right. These guys are whipped.
Okay.
Is that good and whipped enough?
Now, this is not real hot,
So we wait.
so we're safe.
Oh, okay.
That's always the thing. I like to make sure it's not real hot so that we don't get in there and start.
Is this gonna mess up our camera
We
view?
don't need these in here.
Oh,
That's for the other recipe.
just gonna mess up the camera view.
It probably will.
So
let's-
should I move the camera? Or you gonna move that? Let me look real quick.
Well, we're going to get off of that anyway. We're going
We
to
are?
put it in here for the moment.
I'm just making sure we're still recording too. Just make sure. After we had that one,
One incident?
yeah, that was terrible.
I know.
What was that, like scallops or something?
Yes, it was the pan-seared scallops,
Yeah, that was strange.
which may or may not be out by the time you see this.
Yeah, I remember that.
But when you get it, you're going to
Because our
go.
main camera went out, didn't it?
Yes, the front camera went out and the side camera still worked. So
Yeah.
we went with it. But
Yeah.
It's not the ideal, but you get to see everything, the whole thing.
If you're into pan-seared scallops, I like deep-fried just about everything.
Just set that on there.
Huh. Well, this is very interesting. That's everything, right?
No, we got to put the flour in there.
Flour, okay. Yeah, that would make sense. That's would be odd without some kind of flour in there.
Yeah, it's one where you're going.
It'd be like scrambled.
This is like a
chocolate eggs.
Gravy custard
Yeah.
thingy.
Yeah, it wouldn't be good. Since it's almost like a cookie, I'll throw another joke at you.
Okay.
So, what do you? What would be the hyena's favorite cookie?
The hyena's favorite cookie?
Yep,
Something to do with laughing, I would think.
a snickerdoodle.
Okay.
I need to go with some adult jokes. Maybe not that adult jokes, but
No, we don't get into adult jokes.
yeah. I lost it on that one where we were talking about the whale.
Yeah, the whale joke. Yep.
I just some things hit me really funny, and I can't recover so quick.
Yeah, that was a strange day.
It was, and the whipped cream one, man, that was
Yeah.
nuts. Can't remember the one we had that was the outtake one. That was out of control. I can't remember what we were cooking that
I
day.
can't remember what was it? No. What was it?
Yeah, I'm trying to remember what that was. It was.
Oh, it was
bad.
the day we made steaks and baked potatoes.
Was it? Oh yeah,
Yeah.
the baked. I remember I came by later that night and we were laughing about the baked potatoes.
The whole time I was editing the video to get it put ready to go up, I kept
Oh my
laughing.
God!
So what we're going to do here is we're going to add in.
You know how crazy those baked potatoes went? You would not, I don't know how much of it you look. The feedback, not even on the online of our website, but like Facebook and places, the feedback on that baked potato was insane.
I'm going to put a little extra in here.
How much is in there now?
It was a half a cup.
Half cup, yeah. These are always, like I say, they always surprise me when I'm cooking at least. What you think isn't going to thicken.
Right.
And then you're like, oh my gosh, that actually worked.
Yeah, it's not bad. Not bad.
Yeah, you do. And I think most people do that. They don't follow a recipe to the T a lot of times.
Right. You can tell when you look at this one, you can't. This one is just so bizarre. That
Yeah.
You really, I keep looking at it. When I started making it, and I was like, I got halfway through. I'm like, I already had half the ingredients put together. I'm like, this is not going to work.
Yeah. Yeah, when we were talking, I was like, there's no way. You're thinking,
This is some kind
did
of
I
joke.
forget? Did I forget something here?
Yeah, there's missing ingredients from this recipe, or there's just something wrong with this.
Well, I did that once where I put our ingredients up and it cut 2 of the ingredients off.
Oh, okay.
And somebody said, where's the rest of the ingredients? And I'm thinking,
What rest of the ingredients?
what do you mean?
Oh, I can put some.
And then it was like, oh, my bad.
Gotta put some vanilla in here.
Yeah.
It's about a teaspoon and a half of vanilla.
Yeah. Everybody's saying right now, is it a teaspoon or is it a teaspoon and a half?
What do you like, vanilla? If you like vanilla,
Yeah.
put a teaspoon and a half. If you don't like vanilla so
Yeah.
much, put a teaspoon.
Well, that somebody was asking me that never tried vanilla bean ice cream.
Oh,
And they were like, is it like really vanilla? And it was like, it's vanilla bean ice cream. It seems to me to taste a little more vanilla-y,
right.
if that's such a word, than regular vanilla ice
To
cream.
me, it seems quite vanilla-y.
How much more?
I'm gonna put another quarter, so make it 3/4 of a cup of flour.
Okay.
And I think it'll keep it from being quite as fudgy.
Do we need to
as
do
last
anything
time.
with this?
No, we're gonna just throw it right in there when we're done here. And now it may stick a little bit, as you can see. We can rinse it out if you want. If you think it'd be a good idea. It's cool off, doesn't it?
It looks a little sticky.
Yeah, it looks kind of stiff. I think it would be all right if you didn't,
Yeah.
but
I wasn't going to say nothing, but I'm just a little concerned.
yeah. When in doubt, rinse it out.
Is it all right to scrub it out with this
Yeah, it's fine.
after I've already done it?
Yeah. No, that ruins it forever.
Yeah.
Throw that one in the garbage. Get number 2 out of the disposable skillet rack.
Did you see that picture somebody had on cast iron? When it shows the worst thing somebody who cooks in cast iron can see when the skillet's in the dishwasher.
Yep. People with skillets in the dishwasher.
Oh my God.
Need to get spanked real good for that one. And kids will do stuff like that. They don't know any better. They're thinking, oh, I'm gonna put it in the dishwasher.
There we go. That's the spot that looks funny to me.
Got it cleared out mostly?
Yep.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, We Buy Any Cars is still going off in my head.
I know. Once it gets in there, it don't go away.
Yeah, what do you want to dry this bad boy off with?
Right here.
He's going to put it on the heat.
Wrong one.
All right. Well, that doesn't go off on its own. You guys, You got all this fancy stuff in your house, and you still got to use your
hands.
hands. That's
awful.
crazy.
You like walnuts, right?
They're all right.
I'm gonna put. You like them a little or not much?
A little. You can do what you want.
We'll put in just a quarter of a cup then.
Yeah. I'm not a nut guy. Well, never mind. Oh.
You just don't want them because I had them in my pocket.
They're warm. These are going to be tasty.
These are toasty. I had the fireplace on earlier.
Keep them close.
Yep.
Well, grilled cheese sandwich, I got one down here too.
Okay.
It's still melty. The cheese is still soft.
Yeah. Here, let me get that extra cheese.
This is one of those Adam Sandler movies. Was that the Longest Yard where cheeseburger something, and he'd pull out a cheeseburger out of his shorts?
Oh God.
From McDonald's cheeseburgers.
Okay, we got that. That should be good enough. And when it's not totally right, but it's good enough.
Yeah.
If you want, we could grease it real quick if you want to. Just
What do you got?
I've got nothing.
You want this turned on?
No, I'm just gonna see. I guess here. People always like it when we do this, so let's just grab a little bit of Crisco.
Oh, they do? I don't know what it is. I got some ladies that
I was gonna grab some
contact
lard.
me. Can I use Crisco instead of lard? I said, you know the answer to this already before you even ask.
So we're just gonna run just a little bit around it.
I said, I just like lard.
It's our favorite.
Yeah, the lard and bacon grease. Bacon grease would have been interesting in here too.
Bacon brownies.
Yeah. You know, there's a lot of stuff when we were kids that had a bacon taste to it. And I know it's because Mom didn't have anything else in the house,
grease.
but there was bacon grease and she knew she had to keep it from sticking. It's like, this kind of tastes like bacon.
Yeah. Brownies. They're not supposed to be bacony.
Yeah. There was a lot of stuff I remember.
Oh gosh, yeah. Okay, so we got that in there, and we're going to take and transfer that into. Since we grease it up,
Looks like a little hat.
Yeah. Oh, my one
little
son's
Aunt Jemima hat.
autistic, and he steals every flippy lid in the house.
Oh, yeah, he does.
And he runs around the house flipping them, and it's like, so you got what you got. So we can kill this off. Take that out of the way, and we're just going to move that right there, and we're going to transfer our.
It is interesting because, you know, I had the one kid that was at our school that was autistic.
Right.
And it's just the different quirks.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you,
that are common. That's what's strange.
Yeah, it was funny because there's certain things he just dug. He loved, I told you about it, the Viewmaster. Where he pulled it down. He just thought that was the greatest thing. I had to tell his mom, so she was going to order some. I said, but he's rough on
the stuff.
When he pulls it out and wants to shove it in, it's like, they don't last long. If you can get him if you could not give him but one disc
Let
to
him
look
tear it
through,
up, and then go on to the next one, which is totally demolished.
because he tore my discs up.
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh! But he loved it, so it was like, you know, it's like, you're cool, man. You're fine with it.
So we got that all in there. I don't recommend you eat this raw batter because it's got 4 raw eggs in it.
Yeah, my daughter would try it.
I know. But we got to give that little warning in there for people that.
Yeah.
Well, I ate the batter because they didn't say I couldn't.
Oh yeah.
So we're going to throw this one into the oven, and I think it's going to bake about 40 or 45 minutes, I believe.
We're done with this little cooker deal.
Yep,
well,
we're done with
giving
that.
them a free advertisement there.
Yep.
So
we're going to throw this one over in the big oven, I guess.
At what again?
At
350. For how long?
For about 40 minutes, I think I said. Yeah, 40 to 50 minutes. So we'll keep an eye on that. 40 minutes will give us a time to see what...
40. Set to 40.
And when it comes out, it's going to be gooey. So what we're looking for is you want it to kind of be set up in the middle. Toothpick inserted, comes out clean. It's the old rule of thumb. And we'll pull it out, and when we get it out, we got to let it cool because it's going to be kind of molten a little bit too. So we'll come back after we pulled it and let it cool, and we'll go ahead and cut it too. So we can bring it back and show them what it looks like, what it should look like.
Are we going to honor the trucker strike, and are we going to strike and not do videos for a while?
Yeah, I think we should.
Yeah. Does that mean we don't get to eat? Let's do videos.
We do videos.
Sorry, truckers.
We're with you in spirit.
Yeah.
Not in body.
Yeah. Got to feed the beast. Yeah. Are we going to break?
Yep, we're going to break, and we'll be back when we're done.
All right.
Thank you. Bye.
All right,
we're back.
All right.
We're now going to we pulled both our desserts.
Cut them.
Say both. They only seen one today.
Yep.
And we'll cut them and let them cool off a little bit so that they're manageable.
The best part? Hot enough.
It's not too bad.
Yeah.
So that's...
Well, it looks like brownies.
It does look like brownies, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So what we do is just... there's a spot where it broke. There, that's the spot where it broke. So I'm going to take the spot where it broke since it's kind of mangled anyway. And for picture purposes, we don't really care. We're going to pull that right out of there.
Well, it looks like brownie, man.
It's kind of coming apart on me.
Yeah.
Because it's still a little warm.
Are these the ones that the longer they set, it seemed like they got better?
Yeah, they got harder.
Yeah. You took that out, huh?
So
I'll take that so you don't have to eat that corner.
We'll get that out of the shot here.
These got nuts in them.
Yeah, I got nuts on them.
You try this?
Yeah, I want some of this.
I'll wait for you.
There we go.
It's really good. I mean, really good.
You like fudgy brownies?
Yeah, these are good. I'm trying to edge these down.
They're pretty good.
Yeah, they're really good. I would have never...
You would never think this would work.
No, when you went down that list of ingredients, it's like, no, this is completely wrong. These are delicious.
Mm-hmm.
Your kids like these too, didn't they?
Mm-hmm.
They're really, really good. I'm
Right.
I'm surprised, but man, they're great.
That one cooked for 40 minutes.
Yeah.
And then they've been cooling now for probably a while. Probably half hour maybe?
Mm-hmm.
It's still warm.
20 minutes, half hour.
It's still warm, real warm.
Man, they're really good.
Yeah, they're tasty. I like walnuts, so you put more, put less, don't put any.
Yeah. Are we not supposed to eat all this?
We can eat all of it.
All right. Here, I'll move that over. There you go. I'm going to leave you the nice piece, not as...
Well, sometimes the nice ones are the crumbly pieces.
Yeah. That one's probably got more nuts in it.
Does it?
This one didn't have any. That one piece did. That's it. These are really good.
Oh, they're really good. I like them.
I'll make this again.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely. I'm 2 thumbs up, absolutely.
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
I don't got to joke anymore. I already burned through them.
They're just so rich. I mean, you could eat a ton of these.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this is one of those where that size skillet, there was an 8-inch bottom skillet, 10-inch top.
Yeah.
That's probably throwing a lot of people off. I probably should explain that real quick while we're in here.
Yeah.
When I say the size, sometimes I'll say a size, and I'm like, this one is like 10¼ inches across the top, but it's 8 inches on the bottom, so it's always confusing for people.
Yeah.
Trying to figure out, well, is that an 8-inch skillet or is that a 10-inch skillet?
Right. When they measure it, they're not sure at all.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm going to try to be more clear.
Yeah, please do. It saves me a lot of people when they...
questions.
Yeah, all the time.
Say
That's a common question, especially people new to cast iron.
Right.
People that have been around cast iron a lot, they just kind of know what you're talking. They see it and they know what it is.
Right. But a lot of people don't.
Yeah.
And I get mixed up sometimes. I'll read a recipe and I'll assume, oh, is that the top measure or is that the bottom measure
Oh, yeah.
they're giving you? So, but that's
So
Yeah, I say absolute 2 thumbs up.
Yep.
SeniorSkillet.com. Check out the ingredients again, and when you read it, it's right. We're gonna triple check this one just so. What's going to be written out there will be what we put in it.
Correct.
Always watch the video too, but
right, and you can see that. He did. Oh, he added some more of that.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
But you know, I try to tell people all the time that it's not that I want you to have to watch us. We think we're humorous, kind of. Our kids do sometimes, but more than anything, it's that whole consistency thing that we talk about. Because you do, based on where you live sometimes, and the
things don't
ingredients
behave the same way.
They're
use
different
ingredients. I mean, if you're using this brand versus that brand,
it's different.
They are.
Man, that's really good.
Yeah,
I'm very happy. Let's end it.
Yep.
Thank you so much. 2 thumbs up. Fantastic recipe. I would highly recommend.
Yep, definitely. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.